Hope Church. I hope you all had a great start to this day as we are starting a week of prayer and fasting. And I hope we're all focusing on what we're going to do today and for this week. But, anyways, for our theme for today, that is to returning to God and preparing our hearts. And the scripture that we have for meditation is consecrate yourselves for tomorrow the Lord will do miracles among you. Joshua 3:5. See, before God led the people of Israel into the miracle of crossing the Jordan River and into the promised land, the Bible tells us that He first called them to consecrate themselves. I want you to think for a second. Just imagine that God brought the Israelites out of slavery with His mighty hand. He has done numerous miracles on the way. He has parted the Red Sea. He has made manna fall from heaven. He has led them through His mighty hand. He has done so many miracles on the way. But for God, there was something else more important than for them entering the promised land. So practically speaking, it's not a big thing for God to take them into a promised land in few days' time. But the Bible tells us that it took 40 long years for the Israelites to enter the promised land from Egypt. The reason it took 40 long years was that God was more interested in their hearts than the blessings that they will receive. See, God was more interested in their character than their words, because often people of Israel were drawing to God with their mouths and not with their hearts. We all know this. You see, they were hungry for more of miracle, but Joshua commanded them and told them, I don't want you to prepare your weapons. I don't want you to prepare build a bridge to cross the river Jordan. But God wanted you to prepare your hearts, to consecrate yourself. So the word to consecrate means to simply to set yourselves apart. It is an intentional act of returning, pulling your attention away from the noise of the world and refocusing it entirely on God. In other words, before the breakthrough came, God dealt with their hearts. Isn't it amazing? So, preparation of hearts precedes the promise. We often want the tomorrow's miracle, but we really don't want God. We don't want to prepare ourselves today. We want God to move in our lives, our family, our careers, but our hearts are often cluttered with distractions, anxiety, and old habits. So today is our day one of our fasting and prayer. What matters the most is is your tomorrow's miracle, it's your preparation today. It's your heart each and every day of your life. See, consecration doesn't happen only during this prayer week, it happens every day in your life. We consecrate ourselves, we set ourselves apart to God. We take away every distractions and we focus on God each day. It's clearing the clutter of your heart, so there's actually room for God to move in your lives. So, before you start this day, why don't you take a moment when you get a time and ask yourself this question: what is one thing, an old worry, a selfish ambition, or some kind of a distraction? It might be digital, or it might be something around you that always distracts you away from God. Ask yourself this question: what is that one thing that I need to declutter today from my heart? And secondly, ask yourself this question: am I more focused on the miracle I want, or am I focused on God who I serve? So remember, man looks at our appearance, but God looks into your heart. I don't know what your tomorrow holds, but tell God that I consecrate this day to you, Lord. trusting that you're already working wonders for me tomorrow. I hope we'll have a great day and a blessed week, and I hope I'll be able to see you at some point this week in our church for a time of prayer. May God bless you. Have a wonderful